having something to say. Yes, that's great. The next kind of discipline is behavior modification. This is used either positive or negative reinforcement to appreciate or discourage certain behavior. There are times that our children will do something. Let's say, for example, you align them with chores in the home. You tell them to do this chore, and before you come back, they have not done it. Or maybe they have not done it properly. Let me put it this way. Maybe they didn't do it exactly way we wanted it. So when you come, positive reinforcement is that you will have to first of all appreciate the fact that they even tried doing it. They even tried, because when you appreciate that, you are appreciating their person, and you are giving them that feeling that okay, at least it's good I even tried to do something. The most parents in Africa don't even know, they didn't do it the way, we always have this perfectionist mindset. You're supposed to do it perfectly. But working with children and parents also, I teach them that you are supposed to first of all appreciate the fact that they even thought of it to even do and then to try for it to come out the way it came out. It was not easy. And it is better they did something rather than that they didn't do anything. So you are reinforcing that behavior, you are appreciating that before you call out the negative. And how do you do the negative? You don't just say it is terrible. You did it so poor, Okay, I really appreciate the fact that you did it this way. I really, really do appreciate that. But what if you do, is there another way you think you can do this better? Okay? Is it, and it makes them to feel like they are humans, like they tried. Because no one will always, like when we go to the market, we want to buy, and tell you that a dress costs 7,000, and then you just back the seven. Like you feel like you didn't even back. But when you bargain, even they say no, give it for 6,500. You feel like at least you have tried and done something. Somebody will not want to deceive you. That is the same thing children have. They also want to feel that they tried, and you are even considering that. And when you keep dwelling on the positive, their good behaviors, they will want to repeat it. They want to repeat that behavior. When you keep hitting on the negative ones, no spray. And when they do something that is bad, that now is negative reinforcement. When they do something bad, you don't come and say, "Oh, was terrible of you." No, you rather say, "I trust you so much. I believe you can do better." When they hear that word now, it will make them feel belong and love. It's not like they have killed Jesus, because even the Jesus who killed, most of our Jesus Christ died, and we were the same people who crucified him. But he hasn't come back to condemn us. Like, why did you have to? He asked God to forgive them. So you are not supposed to hit on that negative. Even if you're doing, you're supposed to call them, and you put a consequence. If such behavior should repeat itself again, these are the consequences. Now what you're doing now, you're trying to cut the negative behaviors so it doesn't repeat itself again. If your child has to come back late, they have to sit, allow them to choose the time they feel comfortable, and you give them that independence. Let them choose their time they feel comfortable to come back to the house. And when they come back, if they come back after that particular time, then you are going to give negative consequences. Before that, you are supposed to explain to them. If everyone is supposed to be, you rather, for me, I would say that it's not going to really overly impose things on children so that they don't rebel against you. Give them like an open check. At what time do you feel comfortable to be in the house? If they tell you 5, 6, or 7, at most 7. By that time, if they are not there, all right, these are the consequences I'm going to uplift you of something, and make sure that when you are doing negative reinforcement, make sure you take off what is very important to your child. Like what you see that they love the most, you take off their privileges. That's the word I wanted to use. You take off their privileges. So if you come back late at this time, now you are holding them accountable based on their own rules set by them. So they won't have to say, no, my parents has made a rule in our house that you're supposed to be at home at 5. Meanwhile, I have known you were the one who stated clearly that you will coming back home latest, excuse me, 7 p.m. And after 7 p.m., they have their right as parents to hold you accountable. So that's how it goes with that negative and the positive. So for the connection, connect with your child. Connection is the best way to gain control of your children. Most of us parents are suffering today because we didn't do connections from before. So now our children, it's not possible. I would say it's not possible. Like some time ago in the office, the colleague asked me that now that parents want to impose themselves on us children at this our age, like now we are adults, and they just want us to do things the way I said, well, because they fail when you guys were children, when we were children, they fail to build that connection. When you build a connection for parents now, this thing Madame Veronica is doing, you will not know the benefits now. It's in the long run. When parents build connection, it's as early as possible with their children. Teenage age, puberty is one of the it's what is happening in this world now that we see things, a whole of them doing crazy things. Parents missed it in their early ages. That connection was not there. They missed it, and now the iron is already cold, too cold. You can't bend it anymore. So connection is the best way in control of your child. If you have that bond with your child, whatever you tell that child to do, that's how you do it without hesitating. And that now will not be blind obedience. They will know why they are doing it. Because they are processed it and they have that connection. They know that you trust them and they trust you. So the last one, friend, how to manage and validate their emotions. How do they feel? Like when I was saying earlier that when our children have certain emotion, anger is an emotion, pain is an emotion, happiness is an emotion, sadness is an emotion. How do they control them at certain moments? We need to teach them that to be able to control it, to know that they so that we are not supposed to make decisions when we are either sad or too happy. Because at that time, it is the emotional brain that is most active, not the thinking brain. The discipline works more with the thinking brain. It reinforces the thinking brain. All right. So we are going now to abuse. Abuse is treating someone with cruelty and violence, harm, false hate, especially repeatedly. Today, a child wants to do something, you use hard sticks and you hit that child. The next thing, you start seeing maybe a swollen part or a broken arm or the child swollen something on the body. What we are doing, we are inflicting pain on the child. That child will not heal from it. Most of us, most of our parents are bleeding. They are bleed. They have wounds. They were so abused in their homes. But maybe house help or most of them, some of them grow up with aunties and uncles that really didn't love them, and they will not treat you. When you live with your parents, there are some things that your parents will understand that another person won't understand. So, and every time you use harsh words, you hit, you shout, it is abuse. It is abuse. It's no punishment, no discipline. It's abuse. You're abusing the person because no human being will love them and shout at them. So abuse is never okay, irrespective of where it's coming from. There are many children who have been abused sexually in their home by like a mom before getting into marriage. The mom got married and had a child and got into the house, and now the stepfather is sleeping with the child and stuff. We have seen this over and over again. We are not going to shoot it because it's coming from your stepfather. It is abuse. Children are now abused at home by their parents, their aunties, uncles, cousins. Yes, I think it was in the month of July. I had sex conversation. I had to talk about sex conversation, teaching our children about sex conversation early enough. Parents, their aunties that are hitting children, like I saw on the media some time ago, how a stepmom had to beat the child until cave. I don't know how they did it. She did it. She tied the hands and feet and everything, and the mouth for the child. Thank God someone came to that child's rescue. It is really, really frustrating. It's terrible to see that kind of thing. It's terrible. So abuse has to stop. And there are different kinds of abuse. Here I stated three. We have physical abuse. This is a kind of abuse which involves beating, hitting, shaking, and choking. This kind of abuse leaves mark on the child or everyone involved. Every time we beat our children, we leave scars on them. We keep pressing their neck. Sometimes fight, and for parents too. When your children, this abuse it starts from parents when they see like for male children, if a parent here and you are being beaten in front of your children, your husband beats you in front of your children, the children are seeing, they will go up to take it as their norm that it is okay to beat a woman, it is okay to lay hands on a woman, and they will continue the cycle. They thank God for a program like this that we are raising this awareness. Whether you hit, you do what, that is an abuse. We have to stop it. No child deserves to be abused like that, to be choked, to be beaten. No child deserves that. We have emotional abuse when someone uses cruel words, harsh and threatening words on the children. There are times that you want to speak to children. I'm someone that I words get on me so much. I can sometimes forget the action. And even though when I see like when you had like beat and the place gets swollen, that scar, you have left a scar on me. And every time I look at it, it will remind me of something. It will remind me of the pain. And not to even talk of words. Words are things that it breaks down our morale. It destroys people. It destroys us. And each time we keep telling children, do we know